Hey guys, how's it going, Boston? How's it going, Boston Boy 432 here? And today I kind of have a big announcement about my life and how it's going to be changing. Um, I was thinking for like a while about like what I was going to do with my life after high school, and I didn't take any languages in high school, so that means that I would have to go to a community college after high school, and then I would have to go into 4 years of college. So I was thinking, I'm like, what would be the best situation for me? And I always had this in the back of my mind. I was thinking, and um, I decided that I'm going to be going into the Navy. It's one of the safest branches in the military. I got my Navy hat right here. And yeah, so I'll tell you guys a little bit about it and how I came to this. So um, I was basically on my way to go get my senior pictures taken with my dad, and I got them done. And then on my way back, I was really thinking about it during a seminar, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I mean, all this stuff is like really like complicated, and like you need to get teacher recommendations, and you need to do your SAT scores, and you need to get your PSAT, and you need to do your ASAT, and you need to apply for like student loans and stuff like that. And I was like, this stuff is, it's not that it was really complicated, it was more the fact like I'm gonna be worrying and stressing about this stuff for my whole life. I thought about student debt, all that other stuff, and I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that kind of stuff. So when I was looking into the guidance seminar, they were like, think about your futures, and I was thinking about it, and I was looking at the Navy website. My friend next to me, her name's Callie. You guys saw her in the last video that I did about like Wild Whale Weekend. And basically, we both decided that we were going to go into the Navy together. So on my way back from senior pictures, I was talking with my dad, and I said, I'm really considering joining the Navy. And him being in the Air Force and being a veteran, he was all about it. My mom, on the other hand, she's not super pumped about it, and she's understanding about it now, and she's totally accepting of it, and I'm just really grateful to have that opportunity in my life for both my parents to support my decisions. And the other day, I was supposed to go over to Brockton, where I think the Navy recruiter is, and I was supposed to take the practice ASVAB, which determines like what you would be able to do in your military career. You could either be an engineer, a master at arms, like a bunch of other stuff like computer engineering, nuclear programming. It's really, it's not difficult. It's like simple math. It's easy science stuff. It's like pieces together. It's like a puzzle. It's just a really simple thing. So yeah, so I was supposed to go over there on Brockton on Wednesday, and instead they called me or texted me around 2 o'clock, and they asked me if her boss, which is my petty officer, could come and see my parents and meet them, and I could take the practice test at my house. So he got here, he met my parents, and then he set me up on the practice ASVAB on his computer. It didn't end up working, so I had to tell him like my grades that I got in school, and he's like, yeah, you obviously should have no problem passing this at all. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And then he just had like a long talk about like what I wanted to do when I went into the military, because my mindset when I always got out is that I always wanted to be a police officer, and that was like, it's like my life goal. Like that's just something that I want to do every single day. You know, I want to go out on patrols. I want to obey the law, I guess. Like I even have my Connecticut State Trooper bracelet on. But that's just like always something that I've always thought of doing and that I've wanted to do. But yeah, but then he kind of opened up my eyes. Like, well, basically his story was he went into the military, he did Masters at Arms, and then when he came back, he applied at like a police station, like Rhode Island, like some like really crappy town. And he had like the fire chief of Boston as his recommendation. He had his commanding officer and master in arms at his military base, I believe, and he had like third most important police officer in Boston give him all recommendations, and they still said no. And he applied at other ones, and they still said no. And the only reason why is because you get military training there. You don't get civilian life training. In military training, it's completely different. You're working with assault rifles. You're dealing with having to take care of other shipmates. You're having to deal with like really more advanced stuff than local police officers and driving around in a car and pulling people over. You're more of like protecting people on like a boat. So, I mean, I kind of understand that. I was like, yeah, I guess that's true. And then I would just have to go to college for it anyways. And I just thought like, no, there's something that I'd rather do, and that's computer engineering. So I'm going to be giving it some time. I'm going to talk to some other people who have been in the Navy. I'm going to talk to them about it, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to give the Navy a call back, and we're going to set up a time for me to drive over to Boston, stay overnight, get my ASVAB done, and then pick my job in the morning and sign up for the United States Navy. So it's definitely a big life choice. Depending on the job, I mean, I am going to be going to boot camp in the Great Lakes region for 8 to 9 weeks. And then from there, I will be going to A school, which is where I would learn to do my profession, which is, in my case, computer engineering. If I do get it, if not, then it depends. And also, they don't really let you know this, but depending on the job that you get, they say like you're supposed to serve like 4 years if you're gonna sign up, and like people understand that entirely. But if you go into nuclear engineering, then you're in A school for 2 years, because you have to learn physics, you have to learn all this other stuff that I would have no idea how to do. So obviously that's not going to be my best choice, but yeah, I obviously wouldn't pick that, because then I'd be in the military for 6 years, and I don't really want to do that. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could go in, I could absolutely love it, and then I'd do another 4 years. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how it's going. I mean, if you guys want to know, if you guys want to follow like my Navy career and like what I'm going to be doing, but it's definitely a big step up in my life. So, and plus, if I do want to go to college, the Navy pays for college. There's still people who are paying off their student debts and they're like 40. That's ridiculous. Like, but it's a big life choice that I'm making, and I'm proud to say that I am going to be determined to do this. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys want to hear more about my Navy career, like this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I just wanna dance, I feel good. Yeah.